Are the little things in your property investment getting to you? Property investing requires patience. So in this video, we're going to break down 3 key areas that you can be both patient and consistent in to grow your wealth and grow your property portfolio over time. My name's Luke. I talk all things real estate, renovating, and financial freedom on the channel. Drop a like on this video and subscribe down below. The first item on my list is talking about finance. Property and finance go hand in hand. Now, property at the end of the day is a game of finance. And when you're dealing with finances, you're dealing with brokers and you're dealing with banks, you need to be patient and methodical in your approach to growing your property portfolio. In my opinion, you need to grow your asset base over time. And the best way to do that is to use leverage and to use other people's money, i.e. the bank's debt, to grow your property portfolio. This can be a very frustrating process, and it can also be very stressful when you're looking to secure a property purchase and a bank or a broker has told you, yep, you're going to get the money, and 2 days later or a week later or a month later, the bank comes back to you and says, hey, we need more documents, we're not happy with what you've given us, and we can no longer give you the loan. We've been in this position a few times, but through some hard work and diligence and returning documents in record time back to these brokers and banks, we were able to get our finances across the line. The way I like to think about it is you need to put in concerted effort when you're looking to get a deal done and sort your finances out. It's important to have everything structured in a folder around your IDs, your incomes, and any documentation the bank might require when you're applying for a loan, and keep that in one place because you can reuse it again and again as you chat with more brokers and as you build out your property portfolio. The other thing we like to do is return documents in that record time. If we receive an email within the hour, within a couple of hours, we want to make sure those documents go back to the bank and back to the broker so that they can process our application quickly. The loans you're going to get on an investment property or your own home are going to be for 25 years or 30 years depending on your situation. And so you want to make sure they're structured in the right way and they're favorable to how you want to structure your property portfolio. You want to understand principal and interest versus interest only. You want to understand variable interest rates versus fixed interest rates and set yourself up into a position that you can grow your property portfolio over time. For me, you should be reviewing your accounts at least once each year or ideally every 6 months. Assess whether the property is bringing in positive cash flow and bringing income into your portfolio, or is it taking money out of your pocket each month? You then need to work out if you can get a better deal elsewhere or if you want to access equity and leverage and go again. So be patient through this process. Try and find an investment savvy mortgage broker who's also got a portfolio themselves and can help you through this journey. The next item I have in patient property investing is being a steward and not a landlord. Landlords, especially, in places like the UK and the US, have really negative connotations, and that also transposes over here into the Australian market. People have the perception that landlords can rule over people and they want to kick tenants out and they just want money, but you should be more of a steward of a property rather than a landlord. The honest truth is we're not all going to be here forever on this earth. So with the time we have and with the assets that we've got, in my opinion, we should be stewards of those properties and find a balance between a business decision and also looking after those tenants. What this means to me is dealing with maintenance, dealing with tenant requests, and being personable when you're dealing with your property manager and those tenants directly. Ideally, you're hoping to own your property or your property investments for a 10+ year horizon. I'm going to be looking to hold our portfolio forever and pass it on to our kids and our family down the track. And so for me, this is a lifetime decision to be a steward rather than a landlord. The way this plays out in reality is Emily and I make sure we have a budget of say $4,000 to $5,000 for each property for preventative and actual maintenance each year. Until we hit that budget cap, I'm not really worried about saying yes to minor repairs. If the door hinges fall off or taps need replacing or the sparky needs to go out and change some power points or some light switches, that's all factored into our property cash flow and our property budget. You need to have those contingencies in place so you're not stressed about these small things. You can have them fixed for the tenant in a timely manner and have a great relationship between yourself, the tenant, and your property manager. You also need to take that business mindset. So even though you are a steward, you are investing in property to create a retirement or create passive income and cash flow. At the end of the day, you need to find that balance between running a business and also being a good steward of that property at the same time. The last one on my list when it comes to patient property investing is consistency. You've probably heard of the concept of incremental gains. By making the decision and creating habits and consistency in the way you approach your property investing, you can grow your net worth and your property portfolio and your passive income over time. This also applies to my YouTube channel. I get asked a lot, how did you grow the channel? And it was through sheer consistency. The same thing applies when you're looking at your property investment portfolio. You need to be consistent in the way you're growing your property portfolio, consistent with your savings, and consistent in your approach. Emily and I have an approach of going for capital growth first, manufacturing value in each of the deals we've done, and then shifting to cash flow plays, like buying the $1.4 million unit block in Coffs Harbour and looking to add value to that property down the track and get a higher cash flow in the meantime. We've been consistent, and every time we've had the opportunity to move, we've taken that next step. People get caught up and hesitate and feel like they're making massive jumps on that next property purchase. You need to take baby steps each time to work towards your next goal. I'm a very goal-driven person, so this works really well for me. Make those consistent and incremental gains in your property investing journey, and you'll reach that end goal in a matter of time. I know for people this type of video might sound wishy-washy, but for me it's very important to be patient and consistent in your property portfolio. It's the only way I can see you growing your wealth over a long period of time. I don't want to speculate on property prices in a 3-month or a 6-month time frame. I'm not looking to buy and renovate and flip properties. I want to buy a property, add value to it, see that equity gain, see that cash flow boost, and hold it for the long term. If you want to speculate in the market, that's, you're more than welcome to do that. But for me, property investing is a game for the long term. So make sure you understand your finances inside and out and review them regularly. Look at being a steward of your property rather than lording over people and being a landlord. And finally, make sure you take those consistent and incremental gains to grow your property portfolio over time, both in knowledge and in action. If you want to take your property investing knowledge to the next level, maybe check out my course. Head over to my website at purposeproperty.com.au. We're offering $1,500 off for early birds that sign up to the course. The course is for those who want a detailed approach and a step-by-step guide on how to build a multi-million-dollar property portfolio. So head over to my website and check that out. Otherwise, drop a like on this video, subscribe down below, leave a comment down below letting me know how patient you are with your property investment journey so far, and click this video over here for more things real estate, renovating, and financial freedom. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.